After 4 intense days of practice and film sessions, the teams finally took to the field for the East-West Bowl on Saturday. Prior to kickoff, players and coaches put the finishing touches on their game prep and snapped a few photos together along the way. After all, most of them will be playing in separate conferences during the regular season. Team captains were announced minutes before the game began, and coaches took their last opportunity to make an impression on the refs. Once the bowl was underway, the East got off to a quick start. The West had a few impressive plays, but overall they had trouble on the offensive side of the ball in the first half. The first touchdown of the day was caught by Jamal of Concordia, who makes his longest reception for 31 yards to put the East up 6. He also led his team with 4 receptions. West coaches did their best to keep their players' chins up after a slow start. The East would add 5 more with a field goal and a safety, but the West responded in the second quarter when Jordan Yance connects with second-team All-Canadian Nick Dembski for a 46-yard gain to take the ball up to the 1-yard line. UBC running back Brendan Deschamps would finish it off from there and cashed it in for 6 points, and the West knew they needed that going into the half. Deschamps said at halftime that he felt they were just warming up on offense.
I mean, whenever you're playing with a new group of people, it takes a little time to acclimate yourself. We tried to work on that this week in practice, but when you start playing with real bullets, it changes a little. But we're getting more comfortable both with our offense and with each other, so we'll get going here.
The second half didn't seem to wake up either team's offense right away, but it didn't stop the fans from supporting their favorite players. Jordan Yance had the best day of all quarterbacks, finishing with 238 yards, though he still ran into the occasional bump, including this interception caught by Ron O'Mara, which would set up a late field goal by Ryan Bejen. Yance made up for it late throwing another bomb to his favorite target Nick Dembski, this one for 52 yards, and brings the West, who were down a touchdown, to inside the 30 with just over 2 minutes to go. Yance would then dump it to Nathaniel O'Halloran of Windsor to bring it to the 4-yard line and give his team a fresh set of downs. Moments later, Yance snaps the ball, keeps it and runs it in himself to tie the game, but the touchdown was called back due to a holding call. After a couple of incompletions, the West is 1 down left from the 20 to tie the game, and Yance throws it up to York's Damone Williams, but it's overthrown and the East gets the ball back on downs. Safe to say, they were taking this game seriously. The East would take the ball game by a score of 19-12. The players took plenty of time to congratulate each other on a great week, as did the coaches, who all spoke very highly of their time spent with one another, including West head coach Blake Nill, who was proud of his team's late comeback.
You know, our guys, we went in at halftime and we said, you know, for 30 minutes, let's come together as a team, right? And we made some big plays. We didn't make enough. But the other team also made plays. And you know what? This was a great week. This is the way you want this game to finish. You know, you want this game to finish this way, and we were able to do that, and I'm happy. I thought it was a good week.
The players also made sure to say goodbye to one another and wish good luck to their soon-to-be rivals come the fall. Some say getting to know each other was actually one of the best parts of the week.
I'm going to take away the relationships we built together as players. And, of course, the win. The win is a good thing, but it's all about the relationship. Now we're gonna stay in contact after this. This is not the end, and hopefully we can meet at E-Camp next year, around 9 months or so. But yeah, that's what I'm take away from here.
Looking back, the pressure was fierce during the game, but it was all beneficial in the end, according to some.
I mean, at first, yeah, but I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and it's just natural, right? At first, you get the jitters and stuff, but once you get on the field, you put the helmets and shoulder pads on, it just becomes natural to you, and you just go in and ball out.
Receiver Jake Harty says he had a great time despite the loss, especially with his Calgary Dino coach with him in London.
It's really cool. I was really comfortable when I came here, and it just felt a little comfortable, a little less pressure on you. But it was fun. It's cool having your coach out here, but you really want to impress him, and you really want to make sure you put on for your university. So just going out there, giving 120% every play.
Although the players knew coming in that the final score doesn't matter much in the long run, both teams were on edge during Team West's final drive late in the fourth quarter. But despite the East coming out on top, there's no doubt that everyone involved in this year's Bowl Week will head home a better football player. For the CIS, I'm Gareth Bush.